You are in South Africa, or you are in the UK, Australia, or USA, you are working and you are earning in pounds, you are earning in rands, you are earning in dollars. And to be honest, by Zimbabwean standards, you are earning serious money. So why is it that at the end of every month, it feels like there really is nothing? There is nothing that is left. Why is it that after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years in the UK, why is it that so many Zimbabweans have very little to show for all that hard work, all those shifts? And I know this is not a very comfortable conversation to many of you, but it is one that we really need to do. So today we are going to be very, very honest about why so many Zimbabweans in the diaspora are financially stuck, even far much more than most people back home could ever imagine. And more importantly, what you can do about this phenomenon, because we need to look at it. So before we go deep, let us start with the numbers. Zimbabweans in the UK are now sending more money home than any other diaspora community, including those in South Africa. Because in the first quarter of 2025 alone, Zimbabweans in the UK sent approximately 779 million US dollars back to Zimbabwe. That is in just 3 months from one country, the UK only. Over the past 5 years, the total diaspora remittance from all Zimbabweans abroad surged by 195%. That's almost like 200%. From less than $1 billion in 2029 to $2.58 billion in 2024. We contributed to this. Even Al Jazeera agreed, said, you know what, you guys have done something. We're talking about Inini Kundai Chitima na Kelvin Biriot. Whether you believe it or not, but it's true. Ever since we started showing you guys what is happening here in Zimbabwe, you started saying, let's do this, let's do something, because we also have a home. And this is what has been happening. Over 195%. From less than 1 billion to up to 2.58 billion. That's like 2.6 billion. And if you check, this is around the time we were here. Tichikuratidzai the positive things about Zimbabwe, the things about investing in our own country. And it shows how we have contributed to our economy without anyone even noticing it. And if you check this is an enormous amount of money leaving the pockets of Zimbabweans, you guys who are abroad, coming to Zimbabwe. So guys, I don't want to lie to you, muri kubuda mare and muri kuunza mare ku Zimbabwe. But here is the question that nobody is asking. After all that money that you send home, how much are you saving? How much are you investing for your own future? How much is this really helping you? So a research that was conducted with Zimbabweans in the UK found something that is very uncomfortable. It has been discovered that sending remittances home has been having adverse effects on the sender's financial practices, their budgeting, their saving, their preparation for retirement. In other words, the money that is going home is coming at a cost to the people who are sending it. So what is really happening? Let me break this down. Real reasons. I'm going to be giving you the actual reasons. The first reason is the family pressure trap. When you go to the UK, back home, you become the solution to every problem. School fees, hospital bills, groceries, funerals. And by the way, if you're in the diaspora insurance yakwanisa kukupa up to 20,000 pounds in cash when you or your loved one passes. Munhu ita funeral policy inokupa mari kuti ugadzirise zvinodiwa, not kungopiwa coffee. Link ringe rimo mucomment section kana kuti mudescription. So you just need to kungobaya ipapo unoisa madetails ako and then it will call you back. There are so many problems you are expected to fix kana uri ku UK. I mean, a roof that needs fixing, a relative who needs a job, a cousin who wants to start a business. They come to you, uzokumbira mari. A parent who needs medication, you have to make sure that you do something. And to be honest, these are actually very real needs. And because you love your parents, you love your family, you have no option but to send the money. But what happens over time is that the sending becomes an expectation. Wakutofanira kutokava pese panotongoda kukava, and that expectation becomes a ceiling. Because the truth is, no matter how much you earn, my request acho will always grow to make sure that it matches your income. When you get a promotion, the request will get bigger. You move to a better job, suddenly everyone back home has got a need. And because you are in the UK and you are the breadwinner, you feel guilty saying no. So what do? You keep sending. Month after month, year after year, you are sending money. And at the end of it all, the family back home has been sustained, but your own savings account is empty. Your own retirement plan does not exist. Your own financial future has been sacrificed on that altar of family obligation. Now, the second reason is the remittance fees drain. This one is quietly stealing from you every single month, and most people have never calculated how much it adds up. Sending money from the UK to Zimbabwe costs between 7 to 12% of the amount sent in fees and, poor exchange rates. That means if you send £200 home, up to £24 will disappear before even reaching your family. That actually sounds very, very small when you look at it, but over a year, if you send £200 every month, you lose almost £300 every single year just in fees. And over 10 years, that is £3,000 that is gone. Not to your family, not to Zimbabwe, just gone in fees and exchange rates. £3,000 over 10 years just in transfer costs. And then you multiply that across hundreds of thousands of Zimbabweans in the UK, you start to understand why this actually matters. Now, the third reason is lifestyle inflation. Guys, I've never been to the UK, but the truth is, the UK is an expensive place to live. My own research tells me that the rent, the food, the transport, council tax, utilities, childcare, these are very, very real and significant costs. And on top of that, there is pressure to look the part. Chichi, mota, hembe, wafoni, chichi, ma holiday. So many Zimbabweans in the UK are living a lifestyle that consumes everything that they earn before they even get to sending money home. So they are squeezed from both sides, spending everything in the UK, sending everything that is left to Zimbabwe, and saving nothing. Now, the fourth reason is no investment strategy. Most of the money that is being sent home is going for consumption. Hapana investment. Groceries, school fees, daily expenses. Hapana mari invest. And to be honest, these are actually very, very necessary. These are very necessary, but they do not build wealth. A much smaller proportion goes into things that build lasting value, like property, farming operations, businesses. Just and for the person sending the money, the investment in their own future, diaspora is usually neglected. Usually, no pension contribution or contributions are far below what they could afford. No ISA savings, no investment accounts, no financial plan for what happens when they are 65 years old. When the body can no longer work, when that body can no longer go for night shifts. And the care sector, where most Zimbabweans, many Zimbabweans in the UK are working, is actually physically demanding. To be honest, it is not a career you can sustain forever. The fifth reason is the myth of going back. This might sound contradicting to what I always talk about on this channel, about coming back to Zimbabwe. But so many Zimbabweans in the diaspora are living in what I call a temporary mindset. It's just I'm just here for now. I'm going to be going back to Zimbabwe very soon. This is not permanent. And because of that mindset, they do not build properly in the UK or do something in the UK. They do not even invest in their career development in the UK. They do not buy property in the UK. They do not maximize their pension in the UK because they are waiting to go back home. And in the meantime, they are in a financial holding pattern that actually saves nobody. So the years will pass, going back keeps getting pushed further next week, and then they have neither built wealth in the UK nor built sustainable life back here in Zimbabwe. So what is the answer then? What should we do? Because I do not want to just tell you what is going wrong. I also want to give you something that is practical that you can take away. Now, the first thing is to separate needs from expectation. I'm talking about families' genuine needs, that is illness, genuine emergencies, children's education. These ones are real obligations, and I am not suggesting that you ignore those. But you need to understand that every request that comes from home is not an emergency. Learning to say no right now or no to many of the requests that are actually wants rather than needs is one of the most financially liberating things you can ever do for yourself. The second thing is to pay yourself first. Before you send anything home, before you pay any bill, you need to learn to pay yourself first. Even if it is £50 a month into a savings account or a pension. So make it automatic so that it happens before you have a chance to take the money and spend it. Over 10 years, even a small, consistent savings build something that is very, very, very significant. And the third thing is to use smarter money transfer services. Research which services give you the best exchange rate and the lowest fees for sending money to Zimbabwe. The difference between the best and the worst services can save you hundreds and hundreds of pounds per year. And that saving alone, redirected into your own savings, compounds over time. Now, number 4 is to shift from consumption remittances to investment remittances. Instead of just sending money for groceries, think about what other things that money can be directed into. A portion of what you send home should be going into something that actually generates some returns. Farming, a rental property, my lodge, my Airbnb, or buying my machines going to China and start manufacturing and get into business. Problem is, most of you guys, there are so many people, alright, but there are so many people it's just to tell after all, Susana Kunde. Take to out my business, but it's not money. You maruna, but also on the ground. It's better to own chichika chenzo than to own a full chicken. Chichika chenzo chinenyama yakawanda. Saka nzou haisi yese zvaese yauri kuona, but at least kana utori nechidya utori nemakeji dzakawanda enyama pane munhu ane full chicken ndozvinoitika izvi. Munosarudza kuti zvitori nani handingamboite zvekuti ndoita dhiri nakundai nomari handitoita business zvitori nani nditoshaya tese. You need to stop living in a temporary mindset. This is the 5th one. Because you are in the diaspora. Build properly while you are there. Maximize your national insurance contributions, because that is your UK state pension for the rest of your life. Buy property if you can, because that asset builds wealth even while you are there. Build your career, because better paying job means more money for everyone, including the family that you have back home. So let me close with something that is very honest. The Zimbabwean diaspora has done something that is remarkable. $2.5 billion sent in 1 year. Schools built. You have seen me in my videos. Medical bills, hospitals, families sustained. We now have a country that is held together by the sacrifice of people like you. That is something to be proud of. You guys are doing something that is incredible. But the people doing all that giving also deserve to have something. They deserve to retire with dignity. They deserve to have savings. They deserve to have built something for themselves, not just for everyone else. You cannot pour from an empty cup forever. Build your foundation. Invest in your own future. And then give from a position of genuine strength rather than financial desperation. That is the conversation we needed to have NAS. So you're going to share this video with someone from Zimbabwe or anywhere, someone who needs to hear this, and then you subscribe to this channel, because there is more that is coming. Let me know if there is anything that you think we can also add in this, or any topic that you'd like us to discuss, and I'll see you in the next one.